I'm doing let's not call it gear review because I have the gear. Let's just call it getting over some hurdles in my personal objection to rooftop tents. If you see my content before, you know I hate rooftop tents. I would rather ground camp at the risk of being ran over by a pickup truck than actually camp on top of a roof of a vehicle. I think I found the solution, and it's with a company called FSR, or Freespirit Recreation. Now, Freespirit Recreation is based out of Colorado, and I have the 3 top reasons why I think this rooftop tent is going to be the best tent for you, especially if you have a family. As always, in full disclosure, I am not sponsored by FSR, but I wanted to test their equipment, so they gave me the opportunity to do that, which is why it's on the top of my roof. So the top 3 reasons. Number 1, size. Every single rooftop tent I've sat my ass in or tried to sleep in, which was never sound, was too small for me. At 6'1", 230 on a light day, it's hard for me to get up in it and get out of it, and it just wasn't fit for me. And when I started having kids, where my kids at 4.5 years old going on 20, they sleep with daddy every night. And then I wake up with a foot in my mouth. My daughter's on the end of the bed about to fall off. I'm holding on to her with my foot. We have to have the right conditions for us, especially in the backcountry of Utah, to sleep in the same spot or the same area. So this is the XL. This model, the Evolution Series V2, comes in an XL version that is wider. So that's what I need. I actually need more width instead of length. Most of them could accommodate for length, but I need more width. When I talk about size, it's 78 inches long. That's how long the mattress is, which gives me plenty of real estate for things like my shoes that I took off because I sleep in a Korean condition where I take off my shoes even in my rooftop tent. Also all the stuff, like the pillows, all the accessories, and maybe even your kids. You could just throw them down there in that little extra space. Reason number 2. Ease of use. What I mean is a lot of rooftop tents require some kind of condition to be set in order for you to open the tent, close the tent, or manage it. It's just not very manageable. Like the rooftop tents that fold over that have the ladder, good luck with that. I mean, even me trying to manipulate that by myself, which I typically backcountry camp by myself or with my kids and my 4.5-year-olds are not gonna be very much help setting up a tent. You need to be able to do it by yourself in any condition, rain, snow, sleet, or heat. The fact that I could just unclip a buckle on each side, push up a little bit, and then it automatically goes up is exciting to me because it just means it's easier for setup and breakdown. I want a temporary base camp. I want the fire to be there. I want my chairs to be there so people know I'm camping there, but I want to be able to break this down and go off-roading and come back after a long day. You can get this done. Reason number 3, comfortability. Yoshi, is that a word in Japan? All right, guys, I apologize. I thought Yoshi spoke fluent Japanese. I don't know what it means in Korean either. Comfortability is super important for me because of my condition. I have a wrecked back from 20 years in the military, and I need to be comfortable. The kids need to be comfortable. Most rooftop tents don't have technical fabric, meaning fabric that is built for a utilitarian purpose. So 1, they're not insulating them properly. And 2, they're not coming with comfortable mattresses. Most of them have foam. And then if you want like a Posturepedic, you could pay $300-500 on Amazon and get something you could throw in here. So this particular model comes as an option with either a 3-inch as standard or a 6-inch option for air mattress, which I'm all about that life. Like I'm not too cool to be sleeping in a comfortable situation on top of my vehicle. So I want that. Something really cool that I talked to the guys about at FSR was the ability to air gap this and not wake up in a sauna, like soaking wet. I've slept in lots of tents, lots of different rooftop configurations where you just get a lot of moisture because there's no ventilation. I mean, the idea of having insulation as a barrier gap between the roof and where you're sleeping is even done with this tent. Meaning, if you have a metal or aluminum tent as a structure, and the sun's beating down on that, if you don't have insulation, you're just gonna eat that. And that's convenient in the middle of the winter time where you want it to be warmer. But this keeps a very stable climate control. If you want it to be hot and you bring in a buddy heater, you could do that. You wanna be cold because you got a portable air conditioner, you could do that, but it's insulated. They have air gaps built into the walls. And they have an air gap on the bottom where it meets your roof line. That air gap is gonna keep it dry, keep it properly insulated at the temperature that you want, And that's really cool. In fact, this fabric can be broken down and you could actually put in a different fabric. I think I'm gonna opt in for white if it's an option. The fabric that they have has a porthole to be able to put a diesel heater. I mean, that's amazing. Like, again, I want all the accessories. My kid's favorite thing to do in the middle of the night, especially when we're camping, is to wake me up and say, I gotta pee. And then I'm up in a rooftop tent with them in the middle of nowhere, and I have to expose our bare asses to the cold elements. They have this thing called the Annex that breaks out here, and it provides a structure that is going to protect them from the wind, the rain. You could shower in it, you could change in it. I 4 season camp. Trying to do that in Utah is not easy. Trying to do it in Colorado is not easy. So having that here, and then even at night, rolling down the window or opening the door and actually having the heater run through here, and I know somebody will say, whoa, carbon monoxide. This is a rolling generator. I am willing to use all the capability and all the benefits of this vehicle, and you're not gonna get carbon monoxide unless you actually don't cover the exhaust. I just thought about somebody, as a note for liability insurance, do not put the Annex around your exhaust. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So those are the top 3 reasons. All the content that I do is all over the place because it depends on where it's living because of the threat of suppression. If I'm doing gun content, I can't even say the gun. Yoshi's gonna blur out the word gun because I can't even say gun. It will be on Patreon. This kind of content, it will be typically on my social media handles, which is mike.a.glover on Fieldcraft, or my backup, which is where all non-gun content lives. Mike Glover Actual on Instagram. Guys, if you're interested in this setup, I'll put the links down below. You can get access to it. They're based out of Colorado. They're really good people. And if Mike Pfeiffer says this is the one to go with, I'm taking all of his R&D and T&E experience, and I'm going with what he got. I'm gonna test it, and I'll give you the feedback, and I'll let you know directly. Appreciate you guys. Until next time.